All right, so yesterday we talked about solving one-step equations. So, da 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 da, you're solving two-step equations today. All right, now, um, when your equation is flat, and you'll see what I mean in a moment, there are two steps that you want to follow when you're solving these. The first step that you're going to do is simplify using the inverse of addition or subtraction. So whenever there's an addition or subtraction part of the problem, you want to try and do that first, right? And then step two, you want to do the inverse of the multiplication or division of what's going on. All right, so for example, we have 3x minus 4 equals 11. So our first step is going to be to add 4 to both sides, okay, because that's our subtraction and the inverse is addition. So then we have 3x equals, and 11 plus 4 is 15. All right, now the relationship between the 3 and the x is multiplication, so we're going to do the inverse, which is dividing and dividing. All right, and then to isolate x and get it by itself, x is going to be 15 divided by 3, which is 5. And let's just check to make sure. Yep, we are correct. All right. Now, these problems might be a little bit difficult to see because currently they are written in computer math. So I'm just going to rewrite it to the side. So we have x divided by 5 minus 18 equals 2. Okay? All right, so we are going to do the addition and subtraction first. So we're going to add 18 to both sides. Whoa. Well, we got a kind of a weird, funky looking 8, but that's okay. All right, so we are adding, oh man, 18 to both sides. So now we have x over 5 equals 2 plus 18, which is 20. Okay. All right, now because the relationship between x and 5 is division, we're going to multiply each side by 5 to get x alone. Okay, those go away. And we have x equals 20 times 5, which is 100. We're correct. All right, so if you want, you can try these two bottom equations by yourself in your notes for some additional practice. They are pretty simple and straightforward, okay? Now, as we were talking about before, I said that the first step we want to do is to add or subtract and then multiply and divide. Now, if you see the difference between the last problems we had and this problem right here, it would actually be harder to add and subtract first because m plus 6 is all being divided by negative 3. So you actually want to get that negative 3 up top first because it's a little bit confusing right now to try and add and subtract. So our first step would be to multiply by negative 3 to both sides. Okay. So then those would go away and you would end up with m plus 6 equals negative 12. All right. So in this case, you're doing these steps backwards. You're doing the multiplication and division first, and then doing the addition and subtraction. So let's see the rest of the problem. Alright, so we did the first step correct. We got m plus 6 equals 12. Subtract 6 from both sides, and 12 minus 6. So if we leave, change opposite. So leave, change opposite. So our problem would become negative 12 plus negative 6. So our answer would be negative 18. All right, so that is solving two-step equations.